that doesn't even look like a shrine or whatever. But owner is actually a chief priest in a diabolical way. He's the one that empowers most of the businessmen. Even
Solution.
yeah, for solution to a collapsed business, even a church, some pastors even come there for some certain things. Whatever you just want in life that have to do with wealth or customers or positions in life, the solution are there. I won't lie. Part of the ritual.
You made love with your mother,
Yes, very,
and she
very.
didn't shout, she not do anything.
Never.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Nenye baby. So guys, today I have this guy here. He want to share his life experience, what happened to him. Guys, things they happen. This guy said he want to say something. You need to watch this video. And also, please, if you have any advice, kindly drop it for him on the comment section after watching this video. I want him to say, please, I want you to say everything so that people will understand you and know how to advise you. Don't hide anything. Since you are here that you want to say it, don't hide anything, please. Okay, you can start.
Okay, thank you. Um, Please, I stand to be corrected. There is something that has been bothering me for a while, in fact, for a very long time. I kept it as a secret for myself, but I think it's boiling me deep down. And I am restless these days. So I really need to, discuss this with the public. And I stand to be corrected, please. I need you people's advice and solution to this particular problem. So there is this incident that happened a few years back, but I will just start from the scratch so it wouldn't seem as if I jump into some actions without having any reason or just with greed. I came from a very poor background. When I say very poor background, my father married two wives, and I'm the first son of my own first wife as a mother. So there is these challenges, financial challenges that sprung us into poverty, a very heavy one. We used to hawk in the streets of Lagos and everywhere and all these until my father died. So the poverty doubled. And I couldn't stand the pain of having to see my mother suffer and I, even with my younger one. So I have to be on the street to take care of things, to just try my best to make things work. But this poverty I'm talking about, I know not be my own worst past, but at least as they say, everybody has his or her own way of life. And I was so unfortunate to come through this aspect. I was growing and yet condition never changed. I have this good mindset to fetch money through a legitimate source. I never intended into anything that will share or any stuff like that. I'm really encouraged by my hustle. But I think there is a problem somewhere. Even the people that are not working enough to my standard, they are making it and becoming someone. Fortifying themselves and business grows and stuff. Even people that take advice from me, they make use of my advice and become somebody. But I am on my own self. I just remain in the dark. And people keep avoiding me to some extent. They don't want to see me around them. It's not as if I'm the bad luck to any misfortune that happened to them. We might be in a gathering and I should have been there in their midst. They will just come back and tell me the result because they don't want to see me there. It is some of these friends that are more closer to me that will now be telling me, please don't be annoyed with us. We really don't want to see you around because, anything that you intended always fall to disappointment. So we are really sorry and all those things. All these things are causing me sleepless nights, depression, even making me becoming hypertensive. So what will I do as a man? My mother was a very good woman. He was loyal to our dad before his demise. And then on seeing that innocent woman and my brother passing through this struggle is a very challenging thing for a first son, as everybody know. So I have to look for one way or the other to start earning. A friend introduced me into a particular business. And what is the business? The business of home decorations, indoor and outdoor home decorations. I think there is something he didn't tell me about this business. He told me from the onset that he started this business with just 500,000. Now, this person in question is a billionaire. He wouldn't help me financially to kick up from this same business, but I was strong enough to as well make money in this same street. I achieved 700,000 in total. I was packing sand in the gutter, carrying load in various markets for people, because I'm this ambitious person that if I want to do something, I go straight to the point and I focus on it. So I was able to meet up with this 700,000, and I speak with my friend. All right, I have the money. How are you helping me? Who are you introducing me to? How am I getting this business? Though he was very right. He trained me on the business, the portfolio, and in and out of it. He told me. Then he brought markets for me. Even the market they gave me from the person he introduced me to was over 700,000, almost ₦1 million market for a start. And I have my own shop situated in a very core atmosphere in the market where the thing is supposed to be selling. But business is not going fine. I don't sell. People that are inside deep of the market that you can't easily notice, they are selling. I am in the middle of the market. I don't sell. I got tired of all these things. I pay my tithe. I go to church. I do everything. I got tired. Yet business kept collapsing because it was from this morning now. I still take care of my mother, my brother, and I. So the business, the ₦1 million market starts collapsing until if I calculate the money in the business, I won't sum up to 400,000. This is a shortage and loss. That is when he told me to stop even coming close to him, that I'm useless, that they always say anything I put my hand in is always like this, and that he has really seen the proof that I'm useless. I won't do anything. How can he start his own business? And even people started with just 200 and there's somebody today. You came up with 700,000 and I supported you by introducing you to the right source. You have a market of over ₦1 million, and within few months, all we have in your store is not even up to 400,000. So our friendship collapsed. So there was this suspicious mind I kept having, that there is something he's not telling me about this business. Why did I have to notice this? He doesn't come to the shop. He says boys and girls, though they are very punctual in the market. The spirit they hustle in his own business is very low compared to mine. But here the sales are going and we are not getting any. A customer might come to my shop and order something in which I even give discount off. But immediately they step out, they cancel the order, they take order from his own shop or somebody else's shop that is almost times two of the price I gave to them. Like when somebody is having a spiritual challenges. So I was suspicious that there is something that he is not telling me. I closed down the business. I have to tell you people the truth. I shut down the business completely. I even took some part of the money. I bought food in the house so that I can go deeper into the street. So my family were managing that little I bought in the house, and I kept entangling myself around him. So there was a day he finally stopped and said, well, the power and the spirit that I really have for the business and the way I didn't stop disturbing him have to now, really tell me one or two things that will help me. He entertained me that day, took me out to a club, we vibes together, I drank, I ate, and he even gave me money. And then finally we were on one-on-one talk. So he told me there is something that I need to do that is like a sacrifice. Me, as this devoted Christian, I don't believe in those fetish things at all. I don't even believe it will work for me. My father wasn't in the line. My mom, the same thing. So how will I program myself into fetish stuff before I could make money? Then if that is so, let me just go back to my sofa now. He was angered. What he actually told me was what would truly change my life. But I wasn't convinced enough because I don't have this greedy mindset. But then it was something happened. It seems as if the moment he told me this secret and the moment I rejected it, it was like times 10, the poverty, started embattling me. I was managing where I used to eat maybe rice, concoction rice without crayfish before. Now I can't even see rice. It's gari. And when you see the gari, maybe I collected it on credit. So
Things keep getting worse.
very worse. It just doubled. So I'm really sorry if some people's situation are more than this and they kept pushing. But that was when I lost my faith. And I have to speak with him like I'm ready for this, because nobody face my poverty face to face and you don't look for one or two things to do about it. So I gave up and I went to him and that I'm ready. Then he said, okay, no problem. On a particular day, will take me to a place and that. So I prepared myself. It was even on Sunday of the particular month and year, which I don't want to mention. So he took me to the place. All we saw, it was a very beautiful place that doesn't even look like a shrine or whatever. But I think but the owner is actually a chief priest in a diabolical way. He's the one that empowers most of the businessmen. I don't want to mention the address and the name of these people, but what I'm telling you people today is this place still exists as long as I know, and people still push to go there for solution. Even
Solution.
yeah, for solution to a collapsed business, even a church. Some pastors even come there for some certain things. Whatever you just want in life that have to do with wealth or customers or positions in life, the solution are there. I won't lie. So he was very right about those things. And I saw the evidence. On getting to the place, I was entertained until the man took me to a secret room out of that mansion that I saw that was very beautiful. He took me to the secret room, which was the shrine. That place was where everything is. I was ready. I repeated after him. I said the incantation. I ate, I did, and I do, and I drank truly. And he gave me 7 days to come up with a particular dream. And that it doesn't end there. Within the 7 days, when I dream, the dream is going to be either me being a successful man in the dream or I being a poor person in the dream. The both of them has meaning that I should just come for proper interpretation of that dream and that I should go. And he gave me a particular soap and cream that I will be bathing within the 7 days and a particular time. So I was happy. I left. When going, he dropped me on the road and I begged him for money for transportation to go back home. He said never. That as long as I've gotten to this stage in that thing, the members doesn't give their money to a member again, and that I should face my fate. Well, I became a street beggar, a corporate beggar on that very day. I asked for some people. I was irritated. They were irritated by my utterances, but some actually gave me, and I got home. So when I got home, I couldn't tell my family what happened. I just continued the process as I was directed. On the first day, I had a dream. I was okay managing myself. Somebody that never knew me stopped and gave me money that I should hold, even though I ran away with the money in that dream. But I was managing that money and I was okay. I recorded that. The second day, I dreamt almost the same thing, but this time around, it wasn't money. It was somebody willing a gift to me. I also recorded. So on the last day of the dream was when I was really a wealthy man. From nowhere, I never knew how it happens. All I just knew that people were just worshiping me, celebrating me, and I became Udogu in no time. That I myself, I couldn't even explain, but I was happy. But then my mother wasn't happy with me in that dream. Even I was presenting gifts for her in the dream, she wasn't happy. The way she looks at me, she will force herself to smile, but when I face back, she will be lost in thoughts. If I turn and look at my mom inside the crowd, I will see her being carried away with thinking. I will just go and drag her attention again. Before you know, she's under the same position until I woke up on that particular dream. And on that day, I made a call to my friend that this is the 7th day and I need to go back to that place to make my final report. He said I cannot go by myself, that is even preparing himself for vacation. So I got there, I saw the chief priest and I explained. That was when he told me the meanings of those dreams, that I was a chosen one and I was lucky. And that if it happened that in my dream I was poor, that my enemy would have been poor for life, and not even just poor for life. I might be roaming in the streets as a mad person without solution. And anybody who try to venture a solution for me will eventually die. And if the person is strong enough, they might warn the person in the dream that, hey, that man that you are about to help, just remove your hand or else. So if he insists, he might. That I was lucky this time around. I said, God, why didn't you people tell me about this? He even said I shouldn't mention God there in the game. That now I'm this and I'm that. He didn't give me anything. He said I should go like that I'm already wealthy. I look myself like, where is the wealthy? Where is the bag of money? Or where is the contract that I'm about to sign? Nothing. And he said I should go. I still put my hand inside my pocket on that day. There was no money there. So how am I wealthy now? I said, I think I've entered one chance. So maybe my friend have come and used me to renew his own. Oh. So that was just all I was wondering and wondering until that very day I got home. So I got home that day. I received a call around 8 p.m. in the night. Remember, I've already shut down that business and I'm no longer in the line and I've left the market. Remember, I told you he was preparing for vacation. Yes, he went there. He went on the vacation, but he called me all the way from abroad that now that I am done on that aspect, that he's ready to assist me now and give me market that is goods that is worth over 1 million that I started with before. But then he was asking me why did I even stop. It was annoying that why did I stop at the first place. But now that I'm ready, I accepted and I really thank him so much, and he gave me a particular day to pick up my goods, that is the market, so I can start my business back. So lo and behold, truly, I came back to my business and I started getting sales.
So sorry, that business, where did you get money that you used to start that business? Or the man give you the business on credit? Which one?
The man gave me the business on credit, but there were a particular discount he gave to me. And that discount was enough for me. If I'm loyal and I sell, that discount alone is enough for me to now start up on my own self.
So you did not pay anything
I didn't pay anything because I was penniless after the whole ritual rites. I was penniless. I don't have a dime on me. And when I even begged down my old friend for money, and he said the member doesn't support
each
and
other.
yes, each other, that he would have liked to give me. So that was when this market was giving me on discount, and I understand with him. I wasn't angry with him. So I actually started selling my business and I was making it. I noticed that according to what they told me from the chief priest, they said whatever I see that have to do with this business, I shouldn't scream it out and I shouldn't tell anybody and I shouldn't think about it too much and I shouldn't doubt it, that it is just what it is. So I should live a life of just what it is. Truly, I started noticing something, but I have to be a man. So for me to escape repercussions and warnings they gave me. When I close it in the night, I noticed the next day when I come back that the store is almost half empty, like as if an arm broke in steal money. There is a particular box we have in the store that if we have a late deposit in the bank, which is after 4 o'clock, that we can no longer deposit money in the bank. We keep that money on that sales. We make all the record and we keep it on that box, safe box. That particular box, when I opened it, exactly the amount of goods that we are missing, I will be seeing the money inside that box. Like when
So
some
who is taking those goods?
okay, those goods from the onset, I never knew what was happening to it. It got to a stage I started asking questions, and they said that is how it is being done on that line. And that is how those people that are inside the main market, very deep down, that you won't even see one or two people in that their own section, but they are selling, and that is how they are selling. So I won't say much of it if to seem as if I am exposing some things that I'm not supposed to.
Well, you need to tell us something that we understand now.
But I believe, okay, well, if you don't understand so well, the thing there are some kind of spiritual sales that doesn't disturb you, even though you don't go to your business on a daily basis.
You are making sales.
You are making sales. You are making sales heavily.
For real?
Yes, for real.
And you will be touching physical money.
Yeah, physical money. You will be seeing and you'll be making money. Clean. If you are lazy on that day, you don't want to come there. In fact, the reason we come to office and open our shops or outlets is just to let people understand that we are into a legitimate source of income,
Just to cover up
just to
now.
cover up. But it is actually not what is giving us the money or making our sales. So it's a spiritual initiation. So
Continue.
that was what actually happened, and we're making money. In no time, my friend said it is now time for you to extend this business internationally, and that you cannot remain in this position, in this level of it. But to me, the level I thought I've made it, that this is enough for me. I was really happy. Things were going on. Mother was happy, and my brother was happy. We are very okay. And I have a car, and I also have a boss that conveys my goods around. So I thought I'm at the utmost peak of the business and the wealth, not knowing it was just the beginning. So when he introduced me to the second level of it, he said he has so many warehouse. Sorry. He said he has so many warehouse, and that the one I know is one of the smallest, and he has so many branches, and that whenever I'm ready to step up to that level that I know what to do, I should just also meet the chief priest, or I can also come and meet him. Then we'll go there, since we are now in the same party. I have so many weeks thought over this, because I know myself from the onset I'm not this greedy person. Before I could enter this line, I know what poverty is have actually did. If you went to internet and type and you Google poverty, it is my family you will see there as the true meaning of poverty. So that was one of the things that really encouraged me to step into it. But then that I'm now seeing something, I think I'm comfortable at this level now. But for you to keep stepping up on this will never be, it's no longer your own decision to make now. It is now like a law that you must abide with. So it's not as if I'm comfortable, I won't do, never. As you start it, you must end it up
You'll be
with
doing
them.
anything they say you should do,
Yes, you must follow all the law,
whether you like it or
whether
not.
you like it or not. And that was what gave me about 2 weeks to think about these stores. And after thinking about it, I just thought about the repercussion, and I went ahead. Part of the ritual that was given was actually sleeping with a family member. So they asked if I have a sister. I said no, I only have a brother. And they asked again if my mother was alive, and I said yes, she's alive. And then that was when I became scared. Like, since I don't have a sister, and I already said my mother was alive, I hope it's not going to be what I'm thinking. But lo and behold, it was actually what I was thinking. They also gave me 3 days for that, to make up my mind. And that it is not just going to be like that. They have to give me something to also use. And that thing alone will convince the woman to do it. At least we will be maintaining the position of a wealthy family, and we'll keep growing. I
To sleep
cry.
with your mom in the same room or what?
Yes. So sleep with her just like couples. I cried for the whole 3 days that I was given as a deadline. I cried myself. I regretted every actions. And then, as of that time and that moment, I regretted, and I now felt more even comfortable being poor compared to this kind of money that I have this heartbreaking sacrifice. But what else can I do? A young tender man of my age, will I be on the streets as a madman, embracing poverty again? And even the life of my own mom will no longer, or might no longer, be guaranteed. So I thought of the disadvantage, and I weighed them. It was many and much more than the advantages. So a man is always a man, and so there once I have to kick up my mind, and I stepped into it truly. And I collected the stuff which I actually use. My mother used to like, I know how to cook very well. And my mother used to like seeing me in the kitchen, even though as of now we have maids in the house that prepare our food and take care of things. But she still liked my cooking. She said it reminds her of her husband. My father too was a good cook. So on that very day, I just promised her that I will be around and I will be taking care of the kitchen that day. So she was very happy, and that was how I actually make the food for her. And I used that same stuff in it, and she ate to her satisfaction. And in the night, as at 11 p.m., she was off to her room. We were now living in my own house, a duplex, 5-bedroom duplex. She was already in her room, and then that was when the hour, the particular time that I was given, ticked, and I went straight to the room. She even welcomed me as if we were couples truly, because of how she has been enchanted by that stuff in the food she ate. And that was how we had our first experience of it. She told me how she liked it, and all I just noticed that day, I think it was a spiritual reincarnation that happened there. Like when my own father's face was being given to me in her own face, in her own eyes. So she sees me like her husband. That was how she never felt anything. So it
So
doesn't end.
you made love with your mother,
Yes, very,
and she
very.
didn't shout, she not do anything.
Never. It was just as if she was having an affair with her husband. So that was it. My conscience judged me. I cried through the night. But early hour, I had the early hour of the morning. I woke up to be a man again. I just, well, nothing with person. I just forgot about the whole things, and I moved on with my daily activities. So we started going. The business started growing. Money started coming. The very first time I appeared in the embassy for a visa, I was approved because I had the money, and I was already maintaining a particular name in the community. So because of this influence, I was given and approved. So I traveled out to so many countries for vacation, sometimes for business summits, and sometimes just for visit to friends. And things were really going on. We were fine and living large. I was at the peak of it. I became the Odugu. Then I already crossed my mind. I no longer have conscience. I no longer regret any actions again. In fact, sometimes I used to wait for a particular date that I was given assignment to quickly, like, when is this day coming, so that I quickly do it and do whatever I need to do. Women likes me. Money stop all nonsense, like they say, which is true. Whatever I step my leg in, that's money speaking. Mr. Money coming and this and that. I controlled money. Really, yes, I know. The wealth is already there. So I think I was at the last episode of The Sacrifice when they welcomed me. They gave me time to really enjoy the money. So this particular time of my enjoyment is when they now open up to me finally that they have actually used that substance I put in that food to confuse my own mother for having this affair with me. But
For
now,
sleeping with you.
yes,
So I want to understand, is it just once that your mother slept with you,
we
or you continued it?
yes we continued it. So that substance enchanted her. She will never knew, and it kept on repeating like that. But now the problem here is they gave me enough time to enjoy this morning before they told me the final step of it. So within the time I have actually enjoyed the money, I know within myself that anything they tell me now, I am ready for it because I've tasted the wealth and I wouldn't want to go back. So that was when they said they will be doing it. You have to use something else again to remove that enchantment from my mother, so that I can speak with her directly, and she also have to have faith, accept it. It also have to be her faith, my faith being her faith, and hers being mine. That is when we can now really be the successful person. I said, we are successful already. Look at me traveling all around the world. Look at the wealth I have. I can't even count how many houses. And I was at the peak of my wealth. So what about all this wealth that I already have? I'm sitting and eating with great people in the country. They said the time they gave me was a borrowed wealth. I have to acquire mine now. So it was funny to me and I got confused. So I asked them to explain better. That was when they explained and told me before my own mother will be aware and ready to do this with me, whatever wealth that we acquire was borrowed. And the day she accepts it with me is when we start having our own money. That if I doubt it, if I go to my mom and I told her and she rejects that they gave me just 7 days, I will be poorer than the way I came before because she rejects it.
So now your mother is like the source of the income.
Yes.
Sleeping with your mom.
Yes, and she have to be aware. But now she has not been aware because of the substance I used. But now it is time for confession and letting her understand, and she must also accept to maintain the wealth or for us to still grow bigger than this. So I took up the task and went straight to her. You know, I explained to her and I told her it became a chaos. She was even about to run away from the house, trying to call family member. That was when I started. I captured I had my own mother as an hostage in the house. Told my security not to let her out, not to also let her go close to anything that have to do with mobile phones, so that she wouldn't call family members, and also not coming out and maintaining a certain position in the house, which is not coming downstairs only in her room. She must always be there, and how poorly they should be giving her food. It became a very big problem because the maid in the house, the gardener, and the security, they worship my mom. But now, how am I forcing them to turn my mom to the slave? The security man was a very genuine Christian. He said if it is for him to go as far to treat my own mother like that, that he's resigning. He resigned truly. He left. I lost so many workers in the house too. Even at one of my outlets, some were going. There are
Because
two.
they can't treat your mom like that.
Yes, because there are two ladies she employed by herself. They left because they couldn't treat her that way. But then it's not as if I really have this mindset to treat her that way. But this is the hard condition I must place her in before she will accept this with me. So I also felt the guilt and shamed of the situation. Just as if when somebody is an innocent and he was arrested in a station, after a series of questions, he doesn't want to lie on his or herself. But when they start tormenting him, he
You
will
have
have to
to
accept.
see.
So that is the condition I placed there. Make things worse and hard for her to accept that situation. And it took her about 7 months in that whole stage before she accepted. Like she looked at herself and said, she cannot embrace this suffer again, and whatever it is, just let it be. So that was when she finally accepted. But then she accepted, and I make a particular recording and more evidence that if tomorrow she want to say it to the world, I warned her and I blackmail her like, Mama, if you say such, me and you will be stoned to in the community. I will not tell anybody that this was how we started and whatever. All I knew is I will even tell them it was you that took me to the place because you couldn't bear the poverty again. So because of the blackmail, she have to keep her mouth firm and accept the
Okay, so you told
situation.
her that sleeping with her is the
Yeah,
source of the money you people are
yeah,
enjoying.
yes. And she finally have to accept this. So that was when we truly got the freedom of money and we just escalated and became whatever we became. She herself now has so many rights and the business. Now that she knows everything, it's not as if my son, I need 1 million before again. This time around, she takes anything she wants on vacation and anything and stuffs, having association with so many wealthy and organize meetings and group. So that was it. But now I got confused. I'm wealthy enough and I'm young and vibrant, but I kept having this problem with women. I would date a woman for just 2 or 3 weeks, even with the wealth, and they are gone. I thought I wasn't doing enough for them until I even started acquiring something very meaningful to their life, like establishing some of them. giving some even cars, and yet there we go. And like, what is the problem? Meanwhile, when I'm walking in public, I'm being toasted by so many people, man and woman, because of the money and the level of power and authority that I have. Right inside this same market that we have business, I'm still using this my power to maintain a particular position there too. That is even more than the chairman's position. If I ask the whole market to be shut down on a particular day, it will be shut down. So this position is mine and all those things. So I believe as of my level, women are supposed to be chasing after me, not me begging and kneeling for love at this stage of my life. Truly, in the process, I fell in love with so many of them as I see. But when you're trying to get serious, before you know, they just go and the relationship will collapse. The clock is ticking and age is not by my side. I have to build up my family. The money is there already. So we need a child. I need a home, a family of myself, just like I was born. So I need to also give birth to, but this became the problem. So I got confused. When I asked my members about this, they don't tell me anything about it. They say it's just not, it's just maybe your luck. Maybe they don't just like you. Maybe you're not handsome, or maybe you're not spending on them enough. It makes me doubles my money and my spending on them, but yet it is not working out until I finally have to, plead with the chief priest. I went for solution. After getting there, he was the one who explained to me that this is what I came to sign for, and that I'm never going to get married. And even if I force myself to get married, no child. And even if there is luck of a child, the child will eventually and stuff like that. That I should just accept the money and the position, that I've exchanged my marriage or children with wealth. And that was when I became depressed, start all over again, my regrets and actions and everything. How do I do this? So I have to play across the cycle of their policy and the rules. I extend my spiritual help away from the chief priest to other places. This thing I'm telling you, people, I even left the country. There is a particular place in that I went for the same spiritual help. They told me the same thing. I got there, I was like, is this a branch of where I'm coming from in Nigeria? Because they said the same thing, that even if it worked, that this is what will happen. And
That
nobody,
even if you get married, you are going to lose your wife, and
yes,
there will be no child.
yes. And if a child
So
finally,
somebody can travel from here to abroad just in search of wealth.
yes, yes.
You people are going too far. Oh.
Yes, I accept that we are going too far, but may God not let us see conditions. There are conditions that are worse than mine, but what actually means is, how did you see your suffering child maybe in a particular condition, and you have one more chance and option to help that situation? You rather follow your fate and losing that child at the end, when you will be tormented and blaming yourself. And this is the same thing that makes women also choose prostitution over some certain things. I do not judge a path that I've not, walked actually in life. You see some prostitutes in the street today, and you feel like, why can't this person go and walk? What actually bring this person into that condition is a path that they have not walked. When you sit and listen to that prostitute side of the story, you might really get convinced that, truly, I can't do this. So there was a condition that sprung me into these actions, though I'm regretting today everything. But the poverty is not something you can describe.
So what do you want my audience to do for you?
So right at this point, I am confused and I actually need help. Well, compared to wife and a child, I value this more than the money I have. So this is the reason I'm seeking for people's advice, help, and solution to this, and how everything. I want to have my own family. I want to build a home. I give things to other people's children outside. I love children around. They have this cool spirit that I welcome. and I couldn't see every night I cry myself to the bed, but when I wake up, I became Odogu in the street again. But when I lie down, I became Odogu, and I became a pained Odogu in the bed. So please, I want you people to help me. I need your advice, and I need your prayers, your support, your anything. At least I want to build a home, and I need my family, and I don't mind whatever it takes. So, and I stand to be corrected. I also stand to be blamed for my past actions. So
Okay, guys, don't worry. Let's talk off camera. Okay, guys, thank you. Don't turn, please. Don't turn, so camera will not get your face. Okay, so guys, please, if you have any advice, kindly drop it for him on the comment section. Thanks for watching this video, and also share this video. Please, my own advice is that people that watch this video, because already has done it, he's looking for solution now. For people that is watching this video, please don't rush into anything, because there must be, like, there is nothing they will give you to make money. There must be disadvantage, and the disadvantage might not favor you. Let's be very careful and keep pushing. Thanks for watching this video, guys.